Okay, here we go. We're back. Starting on the weekly chart. Again, this is my daily journal. I'm just breaking down price moves. The daily price moves to further my understanding and increase my competency of smart money concepts authored by ICT. And so far, it's helped me out some. Weekly chart, we see this area thin price, so just maybe watch out for that. Interesting. This is an area I'm interested in right here. It's the bottom of a 1 hour fair value gap at the bottom of a 1 hour breaker, hourly breaker. But anyways, we're way up here right now. So far this week has been rather bullish, but here we go. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Let's see what that looks like. Try to break it down like this. Let's go to the day. Actually, that was a week. Let's go to the day. Okay, so far today was a little pin drop. Ended up closing underneath on Nasdaq. It ended up closing underneath the new day opening gap from 812 that I have with those orange lines there. All the orange lines are new day opening gaps. I got some other stuff in here too. This is a daily BISI. All right. I don't know if I want to do that one or the hourly BISI. Right in this zone. But let's check out that daily real quick. Let's throw that on there because this could be right where that's at. I guess not because that just formed today. So let's just do this. It's going to create a little bit of it's going to create just a little bit of a busyness, but I'm actually going to just do the hourly BISI. We could mark this a daily low though and a daily high with a white line. And so we'll have some context, and we'll change that to white. Let's just do 1D low. And that was from August 13th. So we'll be able to capture this gap one way or another. And I'm curious to see where this high stacks in between. Is that at 50%? Looks like it. So that'd be cool. So we'll kind of get the quadrants here, or the 50% at least, right? And then let's edit that. Settings, daily high. And this is going to be a really great way to organize my chart. 8-11. Let's do this better. 1D. And then let's just do this for fun, just to see where this is at. Let's label this one first. But we're going to draw a fib and see how close this is to 50%. One day, meaning it's on the daily chart high. And that's from July. Shoot, that's July is the 7th month, so 7/31, I believe. Now let's do this. So that's at 8:45. I can't really see what that says. It looks like it's not 886. It's not 884. I think that's right on the nose, ladies and gents. So that's exactly 50% of that daily BISI. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Cool. Let's go down to the 4-hour now. That's actually very cool. Makes for easy organization and also allows there to some wiggle room for the algo to be working. So this is cracking, and this is probably why it was rejecting there. Okay. Meaning it was just serving this fair value gap twice. Rejected up. It's kind of stuck in between these two fair value gaps. It actually fed that one. Now it's working its way down. It rejected again underneath. We got a 4-hour, another 4-hour candle underneath the new day opening gap. So, but the thing is too, is this is balanced price up here. Gonna be hard to crack back into that, at least on the 4-hour chart. What else do we got cooking here? You see the day's downward movement, and then it finished. It's kind of created a weird candle. So power 3 was kind of like showing like it was gonna come back up and make a nice balanced green candle. Didn't do that. It looked like maybe it could take a run down, make a nice balanced red candle. Didn't do that. All right. I really like 1-hour levels. And this is an old fair value gap. I'm going to delete that just because we got some similar levels around there. And I'm trying to... Maybe that's what he was talking about, but... Saw some guy, he said there is a 4-hour breaker. It would have to be this guy. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Let's go to the 1-hour. Maybe I didn't see that correctly. So this was the levels I was talking about, where it rejected. And I think the other 4-hour candles are right here. So let's go into the 4-hour right here again. Yeah, that's not a breaker. Was I just looking at them? Oh yeah, this is a little bit of a breaker. We got a 4-hour breaker right up in here now. So this is an area to watch price. It's a 1-hour inverse order block right there though. Or 4-hour inverse order block or a 1-hour order block. Breaker. So kind of sussed out the 4-hour a little bit. And now let's go to the 1-hour. And again, this is stuff we all went over already on the market review for 8/12. So let's get focused on this, right? So I guess this is still imbalanced price. So I do like the 4-hour SIBI just a little bit better because it includes this guy. Kind of works all the way up into here, but it doesn't show the bottom. Let me see what this price is. The highest count 779.75. Let's see how far that 4-hour SIBI goes. I'm trying to see which one I want to mark. Yeah, see that goes 78.23. I'm gonna. This is the count 31.75. Or about there. Let's see the 1-hour. No, wait. So that must be included. Oh yeah, so this is like this candle, like the right in here. I think like this one. Or maybe even this one. This is where the 4-hour SIBI begins. But we have that right here with the closing price. So I'm going to do this, the 1 hour, boom, and I'm going to do, let me see how this looks real quick. I may not mark this because we got that daily SIBI there, and I don't want it to get too convoluted. And plus I could kind of eyeball these quadrants pretty good, I think. Let's just see this though. Let's see how it looks. Okay, sorry, breathing into the mic. I'm a little tired. Just got done from the gym. Done at the gym. So I'll leave it. It's not too bad. That's the cool thing about this. There's a lot of, doesn't get too busy. This is crazy right here. So I'm working on it. I'm not a genie yet. I can't, I'm not one to trade with bear charts yet. I'm not at that level yet. But as I do this, I'll probably get more organized. So that's the plan, right? Kind of a boring 1 hour situation. Comes down, keeps failing on this new day opening gap. Never closed above it. We kind of got an interesting jump there though, which was a little bit bizarre. Yeah, not really. From there to there, it kind of jumped over the top of that and then came down. I don't know. From this candle's end to this candle's beginning. There wasn't a new day opening gap, so I got the closing price listed. But yeah, I kept, again, this is what is this? The daily low. But it also signifies the beginning of the fair value gap. And there's a reason, and I should move this over. That way I can know it comes from this guy. That's where the daily low is coming from, guys. And then the daily high from over here, let's snap that sucker back right up on that. So that's cool. Now we got them reciprocating the proper candle as well and the level. Okay. So yeah, I got short in here at the bottom of this new day opening gap. And then it did somewhere in here, and it did run down for me, but nothing. And it ended up closing at my entry price or close to it. So, or I made a couple $100, but I did short this. I'll show you where that came from. But yeah, pretty small range day. Honestly. Yeah. Then not too much cool movements, in my opinion. Just a lot of one move down and then a lot of back and forth after that. So that's going to be hard to catch. The best move was just trying to short down, but you don't know how far it's going to go. You have to, take a quick profit potentially. Let's go to the 15-minute. Here's a 15er. Okay. One-sided. It does kind of give a little ping up. Leaves a little fair value gap there that doesn't get touched. And then here's the back and forth action. Okay. I'm going to get through this one quick today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. So what do we got here? 5-minute. Again, this happened right at the open. It was already at a high. I don't think this took any more highs at all, but it kind of did a little fake down move. You went from here, open, came back up, made the daily high right here. This one, bam, and then it started sinking. You don't really know which way it's going to go. I've been saying trust the volatility. We get the downward movement. And Good take profit for me was right here at the top of the new day opening gap, conservative. You don't know. It could ping off of this and go all the way to new highs. So I felt safe going to the top of this gap. And again, this is just a bunch of back and forth price action underneath this new day opening gap. We do have, I'm not sure what news is coming out tomorrow, but we do got news coming out tomorrow. And again, like in next week too is a little bit busy. It's kind of a busy 2 weeks. So, and ICT says that August does get a little bit tricky. So I want to watch out for that. Let's go down to the 1 minute and then we'll follow this leg down. Did I do that right? This looks a little close, but whatever. So, trust the volatility, trust the volatility, trust the volatility. Not a significant spike above this guy. I mean, I guess this was a little micro Judas swing. Oh, it's going down now. This is the order block. Not quite. Bam. Smashes it. Takes us high. This wasn't the order block. So this wasn't an order block because it wicked below the body and then it came up. Now, is this the order block? I wouldn't really say that. We like to see the mean threshold respected, but you could maybe consider this wick right here a rejection block, I believe. And so it doesn't really mess with it. It doesn't even get back to it. Trades down. It makes this little situation. It takes this low. So you could say, I mean, after it took this low, you could change in state of delivery. I didn't get in. It's a little early right now, right? We don't know really what it's going to do. What does ICT say? Wait 30 minutes. But whenever this happened, it fails to, even get into this wick at all. All right. And then we're watching still though, because it's still definitely bam, jack up there. But then the volatility comes in. What time is this? 8:55. So we're 5 minutes out of the acceptable time to trade, according to ICT. Like, these are general rules. I know he gets in sometimes before 30 minutes. But this is a general rule for safety because the first 30 minutes could get a little bit wild, and you set the daily range and all that stuff based on that. One thing cool, I do want to say this though, because one thing I'm not doing right now is the real trading hours, the RTH stuff, RTH gaps, or daily range gaps. I am going to try on Saturday to make another video. I'm going to start with the blank chart, and it's just going to be RTH gaps. I'm going to label the last 3 days highs and the last 3 days lows. And I'm just going to see and look at how the market's trading in those. And I'll probably make a video on it, me setting it up and all that stuff. So, because I'm not too keen on that. That's kind of I've watched all of 2023. I really like all that stuff. And then this is the 2024 mentorship that he's doing. And he's really emphasizing the real trading hour, or the opening range gap. Not opening range. He is checking the opening range, and delineating that. But the new day opening gap, I believe. No, I don't know. But this is the gap between real-time trading hours close and real-time trading hours open. I forget exactly what opening range gap. I think that's what it is. Opening range gap. Okay. But here's your best chance at getting in. You see this volatility, trust it. You can order float entry drill. I wasn't looking at my phone when I was at the gym. And I saw this rejection, and then I got in on this candle right here because I was like, we're still in this. And then so if it rejected off of this, let's see how it's working. And I put my stop up here, so I didn't use as much size. And and because that's a wide range to carry, right? And we really like, and it is a little early, I do admit. Like I got on this candle right here, so like a minute or before, but this would have been a good opportunity to get in if you really did wait. It's just because it's in this guy, and then it started treating this like an order block. You could see how it didn't even close. It wicked in the bottom, and it didn't even close inside of it all. And this from 2410, and again, I said I would be safe to go to right here. I didn't really have any better tools to tell me when to get out, but that was 50 to, it's like a 30 handle move, somewhere in there. I don't know if there's like, because that big candle was, maybe there was like a gap between the, see, maybe there is something to be said, maybe on the real trading hour gap, or the opening range gap, not the opening range gap, I don't know what the hell he calls it, but I'm going to call it the real-time trading hours gap until I watch another video, and then I'll get it right. So the gap between the opening and closing prices on the real trading hours, I could just say it, the full thing. Maybe there's something that would have allowed me to stay keen, or clue me in on, oh, this is why it maybe came a little bit lower. But I think that's a great take profit. So whatever. From here to here was a pretty good move. So yeah. So let's just go over this. Like I already kind of did one of them. So now we want to see the up close candles on a downward move, prevent price from going up, interestingly enough, right? That's the thing. So we could say this is now a new order block. It showed displacement underneath it. Maybe he calls these something different, but I call it an order block because, this is the order block for this downward move. I will call this an order block for this downward move, okay? But let's just see how it treats this candle. Boom. It doesn't close over the close, and it wicks this fair value gap right here, but it doesn't close inside of it. It closes underneath this order block, so you're golden there. We get displacement down again. Again, this is the real order block there. It does wick into this little imbalance that we see back here, the volume imbalance that was created, because there's only wicks. There is this candle and several candles behind it, so it didn't need to throw a body over it, but it wicked it again, came back down, so that's acceptable. You kind of could see that, but it does, again, this candle does not close over the top of this candle or even at 50%. Continues to go down, hits the new day opening gap, and we're golden. That was the trade. Meanders a little bit. So right now, this is like, it was looking like it was going to jet back up off of the top. No, it does not. Boom. Goes underneath it. Yeah, and so I didn't have any better tools to allow me to catch anywhere closer down here at this point in time, unfortunately. Cool. And then the new day opening gap from E12 kind of keeps it trapped down here. These are a bunch of, anytime it got up to here, if you just shorted for what, let's just say 943 to 904, like 30 handles every time it touched it, you'd have probably been okay. But that's ill-advised. I would not do that. I did try short it once. Didn't ever get out of any of this. And it literally, I got in pretty close to the top of this gap. It literally closed like just below my entry, made a couple $100. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today. Let's just see this. Let's go to real-time trading hours. Let's just see regular trading hours. Oh yeah, so that could have clued you in on as to why it went down. It filled the gap. So right there, that's something that could have allowed me to get a little bit bigger piece of the pie. I could have put, instead of my stop right here, I could have said, it's already right here. It's going to at least close the real-time trading hours gap. Huh. Huh. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, these are all-time highs, so that's going to be the only gap we see. Cool beans. Actually, that would have got me, and then, you know, that's a little bit more of that. Was I looking at this liquidity? Absolutely not. Let me see here. I guess. I said I don't have any better tools, but there's the 5-minute lows here. Let's go back to electronic trading hours. Let's see what else there was down there. That's something I didn't actually reference. But I mean, those new day opening gaps are strong, so sometimes it's okay, you know? All right. Maybe I could have said all these lows right here were kind of stayed right for the taking. And this isn't really anything significant. So it took all of the maybe significant lows, except for this one. It didn't exactly take it. Let's check it. Is this equal lows? Let me see if I can get that sucker on there. Nope. Gonna have to just widen this sucker out. Okay. What's the low on this candle? Right here, the low. 885.50. What's the low on this guy right here? 886. So it did take it by 2 ticks. All right, well, that would, if you had, I would have just said, hey, maybe right here, or these look pretty close, these three. The real-time trading hours would have got me down there. And then I said, then maybe so that's maybe, you know, that was good. All right, well, that's all I got right now, guys. Let's see what it does. We could talk about that really quick. Let's go to the hourly. This is where it looks interesting. You got this gap. It already rejected off the top of it. Again, we're underneath this new day opening gap. We got opening or closing price right there, which is the same as the opening. There's no gap. There is this gap. Let's go to it. So we got the hourly gap up here, and we got the hourly gap down here. Let's see which one it wants to go to. We do have this little guy. So if it does trade down here, this could be an area where it gets sensitive. If it closes over this or over 50%, I feel pretty good. Oh, it closes over 50%, retraces, ping, down we go to how far? You have to start watching and being careful right in here. All right. If it beats this fair value gap, you know, we're looking in this zone. I think this was the first presented fair value gap from that's Monday's first presented fair value gap. Believe that on all week. So this would be an area of interest. Also, there's this fairly balanced price in here. So cut that in half. You know, it could wick into this fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. This is an hourly breaker. Fair value gap inside that leg. This would be a strong area for it to get into and close above this price. If it does that, then you're good. If you get in on this fair value gap, or if you look anywhere on this fair value gap, if it's coming in and trading down here, and we haven't seen a close maybe over 50% of the last up-close green candle, and it's trading down here, watch for the volatility going back up, or I'll be watching for the volatility going back up and try to maybe catch an entry on the way back up from in here, right? We do have this staged rejection on a former BISI on the hourly chart that we went over yesterday. So this is an hourly fair value gap, and it 75, 25, or 25, 50, 75 top. Perfectly wicks it all the way up and then takes off. So these are kind of all fairly even. and the bodies are all pretty even. So this looks like an even area of price. It could disrupt this scenario if it beats this, or let's say if it closes past 50% and then it's trading into this zone. I'm going to be very careful because it could take all this out and get into this zone right into here, which is an hourly breaker with a fair value gap, which I really enjoy. There's also another fair value gap. So not really, actually. There's a wick right there. But there's a small little space, which is kind of traded through more than once. Cool. This one's actually been traded through more than once, but after the break was made, it hasn't returned to it. So there we go. But that's something to note. What are we thinking? So that's a long ways to go down. Are we going to catch the ride down? Any type of liquidity sweep, sensitivity in this area. Oh yeah, let's do this for sure. And we'll go settings and change all these to red. And I'm going to start labeling these sooner or later, but I'll have to do that before I get on here because you guys don't want to see me taking all kinds of time labeling stuff. By you guys, I mean myself. Because I'm the only one freaking on it. Okay, cool. So you can see it already wicked into it once, but let's see some sensitivity up here. Rejection. If it rejects off of this, once it finally makes it in there, which is interesting place for it to stop, right? You know what I mean? Not really low of the day. It already showed like non-willingness to get down in here. It's already showed some willingness to creep up into this one, but we are continuing to close under this new day opening gap. We'll see what happens. We got some levels here. And let's just let the story unfold. That's all I got today. Peace.